Oh, okay. Well, you need to let her drop in on the end. You
They ain't
can
gonna be
hear.
able to see him.
Hey, it's your girl, and you know who I am. It's your girl Raquel with the Twoc Talk Thursdays. Welcome to Twoc Talk Thursdays. Can you shut the door, please, ma'am? Thank you kindly. Hey, welcome to Twoc Talk Thursdays with your girl Raquel. Y'all already know who that is. That's my ED. I'm gonna let her introduce herself like always. But welcome to Twoc Talk Thursdays. No. Hey, everybody. It's a yes. It's a yes. Right here at Twoc Talk Thursdays. I pray everyone is having an amazing day. Come on in the room. Hey, come on in the room, everybody. It's another Twoc Talk Thursdays with your girl Raquel. And there she is. Toy, you gonna come say hi to the people?
Am I welcome?
Yes, you're welcome.
Hello, everyone. The singing has ended.
Oh,
the singing has ended. How are you?
Sorry, this is Twoc Talk Thursday.
It is. Talk,
and they're
using
no, that's our intro. Oh. Everybody, every show has their own intro song.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah. Welcome to Twoc Talk Thursday. And that's what this
What y'all think about that song? I want y'all to
They told you last week, Toy, and you are not listening to the people. Yes, they did.
Well, my email was
Cheyenne says, sing, sis. No. Cheyenne had come in.
No.
Yes, they were. Yes, the people were pleased.
No.
They are pleased.
They had come in.
Oh, wait.
Yes, they were,
they were pleased.
You were not. And Cheyenne, stop egging that on. You're not in alignment of the eclipse, Cheyenne.
Well, Toy, that's what's going to take place every week. So I need you to know that. Okay. Hey, Travis, how are you, baby? Thank you for being here. What Travis said, hey, ladies. He said, I'm here, period. Travis, what do you think about our show song? It's just a little light. What do they call them? When you do just a little light jingle. See?
It's a chop.
No, absolutely not. It's tens across the board. Okay, for the 4 people that are here, we have a question before we even go any further, right? My jingle that I start the Twoc Talk Thursday off with, is it a chop or is it tens across the board? And I'll give you another example. Welcome to Twoc Talk Thursdays. Is it a chop or is it tens across the board? I'm leaving it up to you 4 people. What say you? Let's see what they say. Who is that? Oh, Travis just said Travis is watching. But I need to know from you 5 people, is my jingle a chop or is it tens across the board?
It's a chop.
It's not a chop, Toy. Okay, well, we'll let the audience say so, whether it's a chop or not. So anyway, you know how we like to start our new way of starting. Girl, her hair's okay. It's all right. Our new way of starting, so we're doing our check-in. Wait, 10, come on, 10!
Maybe got people down here.
They're gone. It's Thursday. They're gone. It's Thursday. They out of here. No, they out of here. Well, Kylan E. Fowler said it's 10. Now Travis is being smart because of you. Travis gonna talk about it's a chop. Travis, don't do that because it's your mama. Jasmine, let's ask Jasmine, and that's gonna be it. Ain't nobody doing that with him. So we got 1 for a chop, as if, and then 1 for tens across the board. We can see if it's a. Oh wait, who's this? Hey, nephew Akashe. My nephew is here. We have 7. Okay, we have 7 people here, and we need to know if my jingle for Twoc Talk Thursdays is a chop or is it tens across the board. And so, hey, Jada's here, and Jada will tell me the truth. Well, I want to need to know if it's tens or if it's a chop. My jingle. Welcome to Twoc Talk Thursday.
Now, be honest, my black beauty.
Yes, be honest. Is it a chop or is it tens across the board? She says hi. Akasha says hi school. She said, sure will. That's right. Now, be honest. Did you hear it, Jada? Jada, tell me, did you hear it? Is it a chop or is it tens across the board? Welcome to Twoc Talk Thursday. Okay. I'm going to have music to it, Toy, soon. Akasha said, I love it. It's 10. And Jada said, it's nice. Well, there we have it. And we're not talking about it no more. Now. And so now it's time for our check-in. And she said 10. Thank you, Jada. So moving forward every Thursday, that's how we're going to start. So we're gonna go right on in, and so we do our check-in. And so the check-in today is going to be, how are you feeling? What word surmises where you are currently? How are you feeling? What word surmises where you are currently, and what are you looking forward to? And if any of you want to check in with those as well, you can. Jada said,
my word is,
Toy, go sit down and let TD get her life. Come on, Jada.
My word is because of this song, I feel drained, fatigued, disenchanted.
She's being messy, boots. No, what is your word, Toy? Now cut that out. The people have spoken, and they said that my jingle is fatigue. Let me get my life. Now, who was this? India. Hey, India Sherry, I love her. Mama, now your daughter is trying me. And I've talked to the people about my jingle for Twoc Talk Thursday, and the people said that it's
we'll revisit it once we put a track on it.
Okay, we are going to.
Once we put
my word, I feel tired and I need energy.
Yes.
So you feel
it's gloomy outside. You know what? It's because of the solar eclipse.
The solar eclipse?
Yeah.
That's why you believe it's glooming out?
It's balancing. It's balancing the earth. That's what happens.
Bless you over there.
It's balancing the earth. You notice since the solar eclipse, we didn't have earthquakes. We didn't have tornadoes.
Oh, I had that horrible popcorn.
We didn't have earthquakes and tornadoes and all of those things. Monsoons, not monsoons. I'm talking about that. God forbid. But it's a balancing. It's the earth is leveling off. This is the first time we've experienced that. And the next time we experience that, again, they say probably will be 10 decades from now that we'll experience this particular type of occurrence of an eclipse. So this was,
Can you do your check-in, ma'am? Seriously.
Oh, okay.
What's your word? How are you feeling? And what are you looking forward to?
My word. I'm excited about my future. What I'm looking forward to is the rest of this week, the rest of this month, being able to just enjoy doing what I do, being able to see and support and advocate for my people. I'm excited. That's what gets me up. That's what I enjoy doing. I said it. I don't know how to summarize it.
You don't know how to summarize it in a word?
No.
Okay.
I said excited about my future.
Okay. So Jada,
what's your word?
Jada wanted to know when is our next when's the next sexual assault activity?
I'm glad you asked that. So Jada, we're in Sexual Assault Awareness Month. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. And we like to plan stuff out. But sometimes we have to do things a little impromptu because we want to make sure that all of our amazing ambassadors that were a part of the Healing Through Sexual Assault campaign can be present.
Yes.
And because it is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, we want to talk about how sexual assault impacts our community. But before I get into that, what's your word?
So my word for today is excitement.
Okay, what are you excited about?
I am excited because tomorrow I am going wedding dress shopping. As you all know, I am engaged to be married. And so tomorrow I have 2 appointments to go wedding dress shopping. So I'm excited. What am I looking forward to?
Your wedding dress.
I am. Well, there you have it. I am looking forward to. I'm looking forward to my wedding dress, but I'm looking forward to the experience. I'm looking forward to the whole experience of it all. The whole planning. We already have the venue locked down, so the whole planning of my nuptials. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm really excited about
experience. I remember mine. It's a beautiful experience. I can't wait to be a part of it. I can't wait to be a part of yours. I'm so excited that we in the community, we're starting to experience what those fairy tales. At one point in time, marriage was a fairy tale that only very few women of trans experience and trans masculine folks were able to experience. But now that we have totally fought for our existence and we're continuing to fight for our existence and all of the joys that's associated with it, we're seeing more TGNC folks, LGBT and queer folks symbolizing their love and unions of of marriage and starting families and creating families. And that's very amazing. And we love to see that. That's what we fight for here at the Healing Project, to make sure that we're able to advocate and have access to every right that every other human being have. Because before we're trans individuals, we're human beings.
Correct. Absolutely.
Right.
Thank you so much, Mama Sherry. I appreciate it. She said most people don't get that opportunity.
That's right.
And so thank you so much. Andre Reese said, congratulations. Thank you, Andre.
Hey, brother. Hey, mother.
When you see it with your own eyes, you're able to believe it. Absolutely. And so what I'm clear about, Jada, is that not only am I getting married for me, right? I'm also getting married for a whole lot of other trans women, so that we get to see that love is possible, because we all deserve to be loved. And those of us who deserve to be married deserve to have that as well. Mm-hmm. And as I say it, there, my baby right there. Hey, Poppy, how are you?
Oh, there you
go. He says, hi, family.
There you go. No, and we don't need a time check, okay, this week.
Babe, Toy is at you.
We don't need a time check this week.
Yes, I can put some foam on the back of my hair. Keep lifting up.
We both do. Yeah. So before we get into it, I wanted to just say something, y'all. We really, really, really have to come in and support one another. We do. Just within the past few months, we've lost 3 transmasculine siblings.
3?
3. One was killed last weekend in Florida.
I had only heard about one.
Yeah,
wow.
One was shot last weekend in Florida. Another one was killed 3 weeks ago, and they were back to back. 3 of them. I'm trying to get the information so we can speak their names and just really, have that moment of solidarity. And we have to really support our transmasculine siblings. We really do, you all.
Wow.
Yeah, we do.
Absolutely. Our trans masculine siblings deserve as much support, right, as we ask for. Malik said that he loves you too.
I love you too, Bronco.
And so yes, we while Toy looks for that information, we definitely want our trans masculine brothers, boyfriends, husbands, fiancés to know that we love you, we support you, we stand behind you 100%. Absolutely. Yes, we do.
We do.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm trying to find
who's that? Hey, Sean. Sean is here.
Hey, brother.
No, not brother. No.
Oh,
Miss Naira.
I thought you were talking about my brother Sean in New York.
Oh,
hey, Mother Naira.
Yes, Miss Naira Falls, darling. Naira, I called you, girl. You answered the phone. What's the tea? He said, I love you too. He says, I'm very thankful to be married for about 9 years. Go ahead, Jasmine. Yes, ma'am.
That's Mother Hubbard?
Yes, it is.
That's my sister Jasmine Hubbard.
Come on here. Congratulations. That's a blessing.
So
yes.
We'll
love you, ladies. Hope to visit you all soon. Yes. We look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, we'll visit it, and once I get all the information, you all. But we definitely want to make sure that in the meantime, in between time, not just supporting and rally behind our trans women, but also our trans siblings, our trans masculine siblings. Make sure we stand in solidarity and support them. I think it's very important that in this time, more than ever, that we really stand behind our men in community. We advocate for Black men. We advocate for our men to be protected and safe. And I believe that most importantly, this season, our transmasculine siblings should be a part of that conversation.
Amen. Absolutely, 100%. It's not a conversation if they're not a part of it. Yeah. How about that?
I agree.
It's not a conversation if they're not a part of it. Yeah. So they deserve to be a part of it. And they deserve not just to be a part of it, but actually to be heard when we're having it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Heard and respected. When we're having those conversations.
And not just the ones that's on television or the ones that you have access to.
Yeah, the ones you don't know.
The ones you don't know. Mm-hmm. The ones you don't know. As you all know, this is April, and as Jada was talking about and mentioned earlier, Jada is one of our ambassadors for our Healing Through Sexual Assault campaign. Mm-hmm. And that campaign, our photo shoot took place last year. And a part of that campaign, it is an awareness campaign that we use to bring visibility and awareness around trans individuals and our issues and occurrences and incidents of sexual assault. And this month is National Sexual Assault Awareness Month. And because it's National Sexual Assault Awareness Month, we'll be having more and more conversations, and we'll have an activity or event. We'll keep you guys posted and abreast of what that's going to look like. So to answer your question, Jada, yes, we are. And you'll be one of the people that we're going to reach out to continue planning what this is going to look like.
Absolutely.
Also, if you do not know, TWC Healing Project is funded. It's one of the few organizations nationally and the only organization in Georgia that's funded to do work for Black trans women that's victims and survivors of sexual assault. And that support sometimes can look different, right? Having more of a supportive space, having conversations, coming into the spa, getting your massage, getting your facial,
having you a sound
bath. Or if you're in a situation where you just need to get away and you want to have that moment of silence, we can provide that emergency lodging, crisis lodging. If you need to get away from a situation or you need some temporary support for our victims and survivors of sexual assault, make sure you reach out to us. That's what we're here for. That's some of the services that we provide. And we really want to highlight and showcase that particular component of the work that we do, not because it's Sexual Assault Awareness Month, because we understand how there are so many limitations and so many barriers when it comes to us as trans folk accessing services. When we have been victims of sexual assault. I was reading a study. I did a presentation the other day, and it was saying that as LGBT survivors of sexual assault, we face the same emotional challenges as other providers, but we also may encounter different hurdles. Those hurdles, some are common with experiencing sexual violence that both survivors may experience. But for TGNC individuals and LGBTQ individuals, they're heightened or worsened because we experience wanting to be believed, but not feeling believed or worrying that we would be believed, which is why some of us don't come forward with our instances. Right. Do you believe that?
I do, 100%. Well, not just that, like, so that goes back to when you're being a child and you don't want to tell on who is sexually assaulting you. Of course, when you're a child, is we call it also, another form of it is rape, which is sexual assault. And so you don't want to tell for a myriad of reasons, for the fear, because you're told they'll do something to your family, because you're told nobody will believe you, because you'll be made to feel less than, or you'll be made to feel like it was your fault that it happened. Yeah, so people don't tell
some of the issues that they say prohibit us from coming forward with our instances. Wondering if it's your fault, feeling the shame and the guilt, or like it's your fault. How many times have you ever been in a situation and you reached out to somebody that was put in a position to support you or provide support or help, and they made you feel like something that you did something wrong?
The first thing they say is, what did you do?
I remember we had, this wasn't sexual assault, but we had the instance, which was why SNAPCO was somewhat birthed. Back in 2000 and maybe 11 or 10, there was the instance where the trans women were attacked on a motor train.
Yes, I was in a town hall with that.
Right, and so many folks were justifying those attacks, saying, well, they shouldn't have been dressed that way. And for me, that really birthed my work into grassroots organizing, because I was able to sit in those rooms and I heard members of the community that looked like me that was justifying why this incident was happening. There's no way possible. I don't care how you dress, how you show up. That does not give nobody the unwanted invitation to touch you or violate your space.
Absolutely. I agree.
Let's be honest.
Yes, I agree.
There's no justification for that. And we see so many times while we're justifying how these cruel and unhumane acts are happening to our community members, no one is saying, okay, well, let's take up for them. It's never that. It's always just justification piece saying that we should have done something different. As a survivor, as a victim of sexual assault, it was not your fault. It was not your fault. So we have to dispel those myths.
Derek Boss says, I think the reason why some people don't want to believe it is because it doesn't always look like people they think it does.
Absolutely.
Like they wouldn't do that. Not them. Why would they do that?
It's hidden in platforms that are deemed and inherit respect, pastors and fathers and
uncles and the neighbor next door,
politicians.
Yeah.
Those are the
people that we're supposed to be able to trust.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Diamond. Hey, Denise. And hi, Derek. Thank you for your comment.
Yeah. And to really dive more into that, we also was talking about some other barriers in the presentation. We talked about how not being taken seriously or having that experience minimalized. Not being taken serious and having the experience minimalized. Not having the experience called sexual assault or rape. That's not what happened.
So now you're telling me what didn't happen to me.
I'm telling you that's not what happened.
Yeah.
And I don't think you should tell anyone that because, maybe you should, revisit or because I don't think that's what that was.
And yet trying to soothe it while you doing that. Yeah. Yeah. That right there is no good. That way, what happened to you, what took place, and whatever you do, try to muster up some kind of strength, not to allow someone to diminish your experience.
One of the worst things is having their experience sensationalized. And what I mean by sensationalized is you having to relive that experience. You go to someone that's there to provide help, and you have to give those groups of details of what has happened. But yet, they are taking certain words out of that and they're romanticizing those words.
Yes.
So they touched you where? And what happened?
Hey, Raquel. Raquel is here.
Yeah. So I think, hey, Raquel, not being understood. Having to educate those people that's put in place to provide services.
You're having to educate the one who was put in place to be the educator.
Yeah. So you have to come out of victim
and become teacher.
And now muster up as much strength as you can to teach the person that's put in place to help you.
Crazy. And these are the people who we tell. These are the people that we're supposed to go to who don't understand. Yeah. Introduce our guest today.
So we're here, and as I mentioned earlier, that we were funded by the Black Sisters of Color Ending Sexual Assault, and they have been instrumental in the work that has been done at the Healing Project, and not just the work that's done in the Healing Project, but within my life. I know there's a lot of mistrust and a lot of issues now that there's a thing now, cis and trans women and all of those different things. But I can honestly say there are some Black women that I'm blessed to have a part of my life and have poured into me in ways where I can't even account for in so many ways. And upon going into that convening in North Carolina, April last year changed my life. I can honestly say that it changed my life because it gave me the tools to better advocate for myself in ways in which I didn't even realize it was a mandatory that I should. Being able to advocate and create programs to address issues and incidents of sexual assaults for my community members, from a demographic of folks that was normally silent and not a part of these conversations. I had the privilege of meeting a lady who poured into my life, who's my mentor, who's one of my funders, who's a sister, a friend. She's all of those things, and she's here. Came in to make sure that we're on track to be successful and able to expand and increase the work that we're doing here, not just in Georgia, nationally and globally, for trans folk, for LGBT folks around sexual assault. And she's here, and I want to just welcome her on to the space for a little while so we can just
you can come on in,
have a conversation and introduce her. Her name is Condencia.
Actually, not her introduce herself. Yes, have a seat. Yep, that's for you.
So Condencia, I just was introduced, and I don't know if I not an introduction. I just gave a brief summary of the role that you play in the work around sexual assault, the groundbreaking, trailblazing work you do on a national and a global level when it comes to sexual assault, not just with Black women, but with trans women and LGBTQ folk and individuals in general, primarily folk of color, and the work that you're doing, how much it has inspired me And I just wanted you to be present in this space and be able to see some of the knowledge that you have given me and how we are using it to create platforms and bring visibility outside of spaces where these conversations are not normally had.
It is so wonderful to be here. It is really so
welcome
wonderful.
to Twoc Talk Thursday.
I'm so excited to be here, to see the work that you're doing. I mean, I think I have been able to really hear and watch Twoc present and talk about the work and the needs of her community, that I am just so excited to be able to be here, to be able to be in your space, to be able to just see all the magic that you make happen, really be able to know about all the work that you do for your community. I mean, I really, I think, I heard you say what you said, and I feel so blessed that I know you, that I know about the work that you're doing. And I think being able to support that is part of our work.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, being able to figure out, like, how do we make sure that when we're talking about our Black community, all of our community has access?
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean, I think that's the important thing. And so I'm thrilled to be able to do the work. I'm thrilled to support your work. And I thank you for letting me into the space.
Thank you. We have Denise on here. As I mentioned previously, Denise is in Georgia, and Denise does a lot of work around sexual assault and domestic violence. She created an organization because she lost her daughter to domestic violence. And just being able to tap in, because I really want to expand the work that's being done within the state of Georgia around DV and SA. And if there's any information that you can give her where she can follow or support the work or get information on how she can expand the work that she's doing within her space.
Sure. I think, one of the things, and I can talk a little about some of the funding.
Okay.
Would that be helpful?
Yes.
So, on the national level, there is a number of funding streams that's available to support work, particularly addressing gender-based violence, domestic violence, sexual assault, trafficking, all of those pieces. And in terms of communities of color, there is 3 really important funding streams, actually 4. One is at the Office on Violence Against Women. They provide funding that addresses, there's the Sexual Assault Culturally Specific Grant Program, SAS, cultural we call it, and that provides funding to organizations of color that are responding and providing services to survivors of sexual assault.
Oh, good.
Then there's what's called the Culturally Specific Services Program, and that program provides money to communities of color organizations that are addressing and responding to sexual assault, domestic violence, dating violence, or stalking.
Okay.
And so that is a program that is currently open right now. And so if you go to the Office on Violence Against Women, you go to their website, you will see it. The program is called Grants Enhance Culturally Specific Services.
Tell it to me again.
It is the Office on Violence Against Women.
The Office
OVW.
Office
on Violence Against Women. Right? And it is, you're looking for, it's called the Grants.
The Office on Violence Against.
Against Women.
Yeah. And also, as we're talking, it's also briefing. And we'll make sure that we go back into the chat and add this information.
Yes, absolutely.
So we'll add this information into the chat.
Absolutely, because that program.
Yes, got you.
Yes, and that program is open. It's open right now.
Okay.
It is open to apply currently. So that's a very important one to go in and check out. And I know that Twoc will send out information about it, because that's open right now. And then also coming up, and I do want to say, it says grants to enhance violence against women, but it does provide services across all communities. And so it does provide for addressing, any community, however you identify, it doesn't matter.
And so, am I correct? But they're specifically looking for communities of the LGBTQIA plus community?
Correct.
Okay.
There is also a grant. It's called Grants to Underserved Communities. And that's another grant on Office on Violence Against Women.
Okay.
And they are looking to provide, particularly to organizations, faith communities, LGBTQI communities, all different kinds of communities that are marginalized, in this country. And so that's another opportunity to apply for that grant as well.
And these are multi-year funding opportunities.
Correct.
They're multi-year funding opportunities, and they're not no little money. So for the folks that's really doing this work and you're trying to figure out how your work can be sustained and you can do the work and effectively do it, those funding opportunities that you mentioned, all of them are 3 years or more. And those award amounts are over $300,000. So,
absolutely.
Make sure that you guys do more research and check into this. We'll provide the information later on in the chat so you can go check them out. But those are some amazing opportunities that can really be used to bring awareness, protection, and education for our community.
And there's one more I want to mention. It's through the Department of Health and Human Services. It's the Office on Family Violence Prevention Services. And they too have a program for culturally specific communities. So for communities of color organizations, that will be coming out later this year. And that really is recognizing a lot of the work and a lot of the work like what you do that talks about the implications of domestic violence and sexual assault on the health and well-being of communities of color and those survivors of color, and how that intersection between the many chronic health issues that we may have, but also looking at providing services and responding in a way that is culturally relevant to our communities and the way that we heal. And so that's another grant program, and that'll be coming up later this year as well.
So quick thing, there's so many folks that, because we always get the question, well, y'all do all of the work, so y'all always saying y'all want the men to support us, but y'all don't provide any services to men. Tell them why there's a need for culturally specific programs, if you can.
One of the things that I think is really important, and a couple of things. One is that we really want to make sure that when harm happens, we want folks to feel like they can get support from someone that looks like them, that speaks their language, and not just in a linguistic, I speak Spanish, I want someone who speaks Spanish,
right?
But really the talk the way, use the words that we use, refer to things in the way that we refer to it, and really be able to show up in a way and allow you to be your authentic self in your cultural ways and get healing and support in that cultural context as well. And so that's why we say organizations for us, by us. That is really important. And so I think that's why.
For us, by us. There is a need for culturally specific programs. As a Black trans woman, there's not a part of my Blackness that I should have to shrink in order to get funding, because now they see that there's such a divide. They're trying to force us and make us compete against each other for these funding opportunities, and I don't think we should have to lose our integrities and our morals for these funding opportunities when there are opportunities for us to support us just who we are. If you're fighting for trans women, you shouldn't have to apologize for that.
Absolutely.
If you're fighting for resources for Black cisgender women, you shouldn't have to apologize for that.
Absolutely.
And vice versa. So culturally specific programs are needed.
Right. And in a way that if you're fighting whatever community it is, that you're being able to have folks that reflect your community that's providing those services, and not folks that are outside of your community who say, okay, well, I think I know. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the same as
you need somebody who knows because you are them.
Exactly.
And they are you.
Exactly. When we talk about lived experience, part of that lived experience is have a cultural lived experience as well. And that's important.
Yes. Yeah.
Any questions?
Does anybody have any questions? So hey, Dwayne is here.
Hey.
Charles is here. Hey,
my other men, Dwayne said.
Paula, hey Nooch, how are you? Your husband is here. Hi, Quentin.
He's supposed to be on the road.
Johnny Riley says, hey ladies, hello.
Hey, Johnny.
Yes, so does anyone have any questions surrounding these fundings? Paula says, smooches love you. Yes. So yes, while we have her here, if anyone has any questions surrounding this funding, then we could go ahead and get them answered.
We are awarded by the ARP fund, which is, so tell them a little bit more about the ARP
Yes.
fund.
So we run, as Toy said, we call it the Black Culturally Specific Programs Addressing Sexual Assault. We say BCPSA. We were able to get some funding through the ARP money that allowed us to fund 20 organizations, 20 Black organizations across this country to address sexual assault, and also 20 Black organizations our colleagues Ujima funded to do domestic violence. And so we're looking at 40 Black organizations, most of which, the thing about that is, Raquel, most of them had never received federal funding before.
Wow.
This was their first fund. Like ours, we had never had federal funding.
I mean, that is the thing. Like, we were real intentional, and we want to do more.
Absolutely.
We want to do more. We want to continue to fund those programs like yourselves that are doing such good work in community, but have not been able to access these federal funding.
Right.
And so that's what the ARP funds allowed us to do, is to go into community and support the work that was doing.
So how did you feel in DC when we met with the other great team?
Oh my God. So I went to the conference in DC and it was absolutely amazing because not only did I see myself there, I got to see women from all over the world. And we probably had one of the most amazing times. And I say that because of the camaraderie, because of how, like at lunch, we got to sit down and everybody began to tell their stories, right? And everybody felt safe. Everybody felt comfortable. I was able to be my authentic self, with my churchy self. I was able to bring all of me to the table and be able to be a blessing to the ladies that were around me, right? And then we had a party, right? And you know, everybody likes to get a party on, right? But it was just so much fun. It was so much clean fun. The food was great. The atmosphere was great. The hotel was great. Like, it was just an absolutely amazing space to be in and to get knowledge on what takes place in our different communities.
Absolutely.
When I tell you that these women have poured into me and changed my life, they understand the true meaning of increasing the quality of life for folk. They don't half step when they bring events or throw events, or even if it's a convening. We have been to San Diego. We have been to DC. Can I say this? Oh, we're going to Martha's Vineyard. I've never been to Martha's Vineyard. I mean, just being able to experience those things, and you're learning. And I don't think the most important, the impactful thing they're doing, they're not even realizing. They are changing people's lives. Once you experience that, you will never be the same.
Absolutely.
And once you experience that in the totality in which these ladies provide, it's now your responsibility to bring as many folks as you can with you. That's why it's important that I bring up Raquel, I bring Rachel, I bring those ladies that are connected to me with doing this work. And I want to bring so many others, because there's a space for us at these tables. Absolutely. In spite of what society says, these Black women love and support us and the work that we're doing. Since they have been here to 8 o'clock at night, making sure the and the records were where they needed to be, so that we can expand the trajectory of the work that we're doing, so we can impact and bring more resources to our community. So thank you for that.
Oh, you're more than welcome. And like I said, thank you. You know, I think sometimes when we think of funding, you know, someone said it to me, and it's always stuck with me, is that, you know, we have an opportunity it was a great opportunity to be able to provide this funding, but our work is to lift up your work. Do you know what I'm saying? And so it's an honor for us to be able to say, we can help to provide some resources to what you do. And so thank you on behalf of the survivors that are out there, on behalf of the trans sisters and brothers that have no voices. Thank you, because you go around and you know, and I get to be in spaces where Toy is really lifting up and talking and educating and bringing us together and really trying to say, how do we as a Black community connect with, care from each and every one of us? And that is great. I told you the last meeting, they're like, where's Toy? You know?
I only missed one.
She's like, I only missed one. And it's like,
she's not gonna miss Martha's
Vineyard. Right. We're like, you coming, right? Because
one day I'll get to go to.
Well, because we're a community and we have to support each other. And so I'm gonna do my part to help support you in your part.
Yes. And because of that, we get to do the work that we do. Because of your support for her and the work that she does, then we get to be a part of doing that work and being able to make it happen.
And creating possibilities.
Yes, it is.
I never knew what the future of the work that we do here, what that transitional phase would look like. I know we were tasked with doing more, but it wasn't until going into Charlotte last year I realized what that more was. And then they connected me to my thought partner, Dr. Collins, who changed my life. Me and her have been joined by the hip since then. It was her that ushered in the PT Wellness Clinic that brought over 30 cisgender Black women here in this space.
Wow.
That helped us to transform this space, and additionally adding and expanding that healing component that we felt this was so needed. And it was because of that, and it was because of this particular convening that brought us all together that work was able to be done, and it's able to expand. So yeah.
Thank you
for having me.
We got any more questions?
Yes,
because we want to get us some Thai food.
Do we have any more? Yeah, they have to get Thai food. Hey, Clee Western.
Hey, woman. Hey, woman.
So we don't have any questions. Of course, when we do have them, we would direct them to you so you can give us some answers. We thank you for being here with us right here at Twoc Talk Thursdays, where we're always doing our best to give the tools so that all of us can be on the journey to being healthy, healed, and whole.
That is true. That's true.
So we're grateful that you're here tonight. Thank you.
All right.
So once again, we'll give you more information around what that event is going to be. One of our ambassadors was here that was a part of the campaign.
Okay.
For the photo shoot, and she gave her amazing narrative that she's using to empower others. Those ladies that were part of that particular campaign shared their stories with the hopes
and we got to be able to
empowering others. So we'll be dropping bits and pieces of that, and then we'll have a space where we can just have that conversation and have a platform where they can pretty much share their however they want to, however they want their stories to share, but they'll have full autonomy to do that. But we just want to create a space where folks are allowed to be themselves, heal, and take ownership and authority over their healing processes and journeys.
Jasmine said, I love you ladies and hope to come visit soon. But then she said she had been hurt from being raped starting at the age of 3.
Wow.
And it was a family member.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's sad to hear stuff
it's
like
very
that.
sad.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we know that the vast majority of survivors of sexual assault have been assaulted before they're 18. And the vast number of time it is by someone that they know, love, or trust.
Yeah.
And so I think that is why, it's so important to be doing the work you're doing, raising awareness so that our community knows that sexual assault is not acceptable.
Right.
It's not acceptable at all. And so I am so sorry. But I'm so glad that you're here today and that you're on your healing journey and able to share your story.
Oh, yeah. Jasmine is amazing. I met Jasmine when I was working in Birmingham. Jasmine has even introduced us to some of our participants here. And I'm surprised she's not on, because usually she's on here. She's usually on here telling us thank you for the work that we're doing and how we support her. But she's usually here. But we'll check in with you this week because we haven't heard from you. You know who you are.
Yes.
You know who you are. But thank you, Jasmine, for always being a siren and an ally for the work that we're doing here.
So, listen, this has been another Twoc Talk Thursdays. We thank you all for showing up. Thank you for supporting us week after week. And again, you know why we are here. We are here to help give the tools, to help give information, to help put us all on a journey to being healthy, healed, and whole. And so until next week, this is your girl, Raquel. That's Toy. And this is Condencia. And so we thank you, and we'll see you again soon. Have a good night, okay, everybody? Bye-bye.